I am Jeff, and this is the start of a painting. It's really simple. I'm dividing up the space, breaking the surface of the thing, and getting the architecture going right away. This is raw canvas. A lot of times I don't use any sort of primer or gesso. With acrylic paint, it doesn't really matter. It dries into a plastic. The original point of gesso was to protect the fibers from oil paint. So the only reason I would use gesso now is to change the surface qualities of the canvas. And a lot of times I'll make up a clear gesso, and a lot of times matte medium is what I use. And matte medium actually dries with a little bit of sheen to it. So I've got some tricks that I'll talk about in a later video on how to really flatten matte medium. I usually use regular tape, but I've done it in blue here so you could see it better on the start of this painting. I like to use tape because it's drawing in the negative. It blocks out, it's masking tape, what I want to become the bands that make up the whole structure of the beginning of the painting. So here you can see the very first stage of starting out. I don't trace along every bit of the masking tape. I use it as a guide, and once we remove this tape, we'll still see those negative space shapes and lines there, but we'll also see a lot more going on with the depth and energy of the painting. So you can see I've used white and black on top of that raw canvas. And I like to start these initial stages with really high contrast, again, to really activate the space. So you can see, working with a lot of Gestalt ideas like closure and continuation, we still see the bands across, even though they aren't perfectly traced. So there's like this remnant left over, and the architecture is half visible and half invisible. So I've got lots of push and pull started already, and lots of energy already. And this will be the start and inform the rest of the painting. Next steps in the next video.